Welcome to Strategic Alignment, ensuring long-term profitability in multi-brand franchising, where three industry leaders delve into the intricacies of multi-unit and multi-brand ownership. Join Jeff Bannon and Greg Sisa, succession planners at the Rawls Group, along with Nate Riordan, founder of West Coast Franchise Law, as they explore a wide range of topics, from franchise approval and crucial nuances to consider before finalizing business agreements, to business structures, exit transition strategies, and estate plans. This series covers it all. In the franchise world, the franchisor is not just a business partner, but also a key player in all your franchise ventures.
I think one of the questions I have, Nate, is looking at a lot of the franchising contracts. Is the right of first refusal, the ROFR, just standard language in just about every contract you're looking at?
What an excellent question, and in particular how it applies to this situation. And there's a nuance here with the right of first refusal vis-a-vis the real estate and vis-a-vis the operations. And so I've never seen a franchise agreement without a right of first refusal when you go to sell. And for the most part, it's a pain because there's a delay once you submit a purchase agreement. But it happens once every 1,000 times. If you're actually in any kind of a contentious position with the franchisor and they're trying to push you to sell, they're trying to take you've got a chosen, transferee, and they might want to step in. Separating the sale between operations and real estate is much easier it's impossible if they're in the same entity for the most part, but if you have them in two different entities, you can, I'd say, sequester the right of first refusal just on the operation assets, the assets that are controlled by the right of first refusal. And if they don't have some kind of lease rider or some provision that's traveled over to the real estate company, this does give you a certain amount of leverage over that scenario, because whoever they take, if they take the right of first refusal, to take the right to buy the business away, doesn't necessarily get to have the real estate pursuant to the exercise of the right of first refusal if you have set it up correctly with respect to both the purchase agreement and the agreement between the two companies. And so that's it's very clever, Jeff. Good learning.
I think it speaks to the fact, if franchisors aren't exercising the right of first refusal, typically, unless they have to, it just speaks to the idea that the franchisee and the franchisor are on the same page. They both want to see the continuity of profitability in those stores, in those entities. And it's almost, in my mind, a begrudgingly, okay, fine, we'll buy those back because there's no better person to run it. So as it relates to the long-term ultimate plan for the business, it's important to reiterate that franchisors and franchisees want the same thing. And it's an okay conversation to have. We both want this to succeed long-term. We both want this to be profitable for everybody. Let's talk about the long-term plan and how we're going to make that happen. And I think there are at times contentious relationships or lack of trust between the two, but I think on this issue, it should be recognized that there is alignment.
I would like clients to make sure that they understand, and most of them do, but the point is worth making, that when you have an operating company and a real estate company, there are different ways to exit and different ways to transfer. You can do the whole package, in which case it doesn't matter that they're separate, and so what? Great. Or you can sell the operations, or you can sell the real estate. And when you sell the real estate, you can sell it one store at a time in a sale leaseback in like a 1031 market, which might, if you've got the time, might outstrip the transaction costs and actually be a better way to go. And so being able to stage and choose what it is that you're selling. I mean, maybe you're going to take the tax hit on the operations sale and then sell the real estate down the road when you don't want to pay all the taxes at once. And maybe you're going to keep some of the stores as a passive income and sell some of the others, but you kind of want to see where you can get the best value. So it is simply easier to execute on all of that if you are separated. And as far as the right of first refusal goes, I think that it is fair to point out that often when lawyers talk about, oh, well, if everything goes, poorly, we've got this separation. And since things almost never completely blow up, where I want to be is in the best position when the other side looks at how we're set up to have those conversations. I want it to be set up so that I don't have to point out that you don't have the right of first refusal in real estate. You just don't. And it changes the way they approach us. It doesn't mean that we're going to have a lawsuit and we're all going to sue each other and we're going to hold this over here and it's going to be, some pyrotechnical legal show that's going to cost millions in legal fees. All it means is we are best positioned to have a difficult conversation because they can see that we've got some ability to keep them away from some of the value or some separation, some ability to control what is going to happen next, even if we're not involved in franchise operations.
This is only one out of our 8-episode series focused on ensuring long-term profitability in multi-brand franchising. Continue listening to the series now or come back for more. Each topic featured may want you to learn something new. Succession planning allows you to create more control over the future you envision by proactively addressing possible, probable, and potential issues impacting your long-term goals. You can create many options at your fingertips. Do you have a question you want to discuss with an expert? Feel free to reach out directly to Jeff, Greg, or Nate at the email addresses listed on the screen. Strategic alignment, ensuring long-term profitability in multi-brand franchising, is a part of the Rawls Group's Advancing Your Business, People, and Legacy Conversation series.